Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my group's Sport of Kings campaign using the Age of Reason, Warfare in the Age of Reason. It's been a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of ramble on and talk here. We did finish up the latest turn, and we hope to continue it on. This video, we'll be talking about four battles, actually, that happened. The fifth battle ended up doing retreat fire, or retreat before combat, so we didn't do the fifth battle, so we can move it on. So we have Scotland, Poland, southern Ukraine, New England, and then a retreat from Bohemia. So the first one is the Battle of Scotland, and that battle is the final battle for the Jacobites. They were only fighting with two SP against a number of English SP, and both of them ended up losing. Didn't matter how many they lost because it was their final loss for the rebellion, so they were completely wiped out. The English only ended up losing one SP. So for the rest of the campaign, we don't have to worry about rolling for the Jacobites during the reign of events, and that is all said and done. The next battle is the Battle of Poland, and the Prussian player Freddy has this canny ability of moving wherever his enemies don't want him to move, and he seems to be moving his army in large groups because the Russian player wanted to move back into Poland to try to capture Poland, but so did Prussia. Uh, Prussia ended up only losing one SP in that battle, and Russia ended up losing five. Although three of the five SP losses were due to retreat fire after the battle was lost. After Poland was the southern Ukraine against the Turkey decided to show their hand and start attacking both Austria and Russia this turn. And in the Battle of Southern Ukraine, the battle ended up going all 12 turns, but at the end of the turn, the Turkish player realized that he didn't quite have the oomph to continue the battle and decided to retreat. And so, even though technically Russia won the battle, um, Turkey actually got out of it pretty light. Russia ended up taking more losses than Turkey did throughout the course of the battle. And then after southern Ukraine, we had New England. New England again was another battle that went the full 12 turns. And through the course of it all, with Indian allies and militias and all that stuff, France was attacking with less number of troops than England had defending the territory. And after the end of the 12 turns, France um, decided to withdraw into the Middle Atlantic colonies. And that battle was actually pretty even. Both sides only ended up losing two SPs. They actually had the exact same casualty casting count at the end of the battle, which was pretty interesting. And then the fifth battle was the Battle of Bohemia. And I think part of it was the group just kind of wanted to get things moving along, coupled with the fact that the Austrian player, not having looked at the rules and the army list and all that stuff for a while, realized once he started looking at things and the fact that he did not get any artillery and the Prussian player got quite a bit of artillery, felt that it was best to withdraw instead of actually fighting the battle. So ended up withdrawing into Bavaria and ended up taking one SP casualty in retreat fire. So, to summarize the spring of 1741, as far as the Franco-Austrian Russian alliance, it's pretty much they're kind of at a stalemate as far as in their progress towards completing their goals against the English and the Prussians. They just aren't able to get the English and Prussians to capitulate or even get them into a position to force them to capitulate. In fact, England and Prussia are holding quite well. England's got a pretty strong foothold in India and as far as the North America goes, even though France has made numerous advances in New England or in the North America, the English has a pretty firm foothold in New England, and that's going to be a pretty tough nut to crack. Whereas elsewhere, Austria and Russia, their attacks tend to peter out. And as far as Austria goes, they've got a pretty strong they got a strong army and they've got a strong position, but Prussia always seems to be able to outmaneuver Austria, and Austria can never get Prussia, can never pin Prussia down in order to fix them and fight them and beat their army. And Russia trying to help out Austria as much as they can, but Russia is petering out. Russia's losing steam, and they don't have the numbers to be able to really do anything to help Austria. There was some. Russia was able to hold off the attack against the Ottomans. The Ottomans did put up a really good fight in southern Ukraine, and they're more than capable of. Excuse me, the Ottomans are more than capable of putting up a really strong, hard, heavy fight. But Russia, that's definitely the strongest point where Russia is down south. But up north against on the Polish front, there's just looking at the map, Russia doesn't have really much of anything up there that they could do. The Ottomans are cagey and making gains where they can make them and playing it well and definitely right now, Austria is definitely in a pinch between Prussia and the Ottomans, with the Ottomans taking their southern territories and Prussia being as maneuverable and not willing to engage in a stand-up fight. Austria's in a bit of a pickle. France has some force down in the Italian peninsula, more than capable of offering assistance and being able to help, but at the moment they're kind of out of position and not really able to bring their army to bear. For the random events of summer 1741, we don't have to worry about rolling for Jacobites or anything else just because they're done. We got two territories that are affected this turn. The first territory is the Ohio Valley, and then the second territory is Kiev. Although Kiev is a neutral territory, and so unless it's disease, it won't be affected. So the Ohio Valley gets unrest, which means they're -1 economic point and no SPs can be raised. And then Kiev ended up rolling for home country unrest, which because it's home country, it's no effect. And then for the Persian front allocation, rolled a 6, which means the Persians pay 9 tricorns. And then the summary, Ohio Valley, Kiev, and then the Persian front allocation. And that's all we have to do for random events. The Jacobites, again, because their rebellion's crushed, there's nothing else to roll for. And because we don't have Spanish in this campaign, don't have to worry about any of the Spanish random events that occur. For the summer 1741 revenue collection, we have Austria with 23, England with 29. France only has 31, even though the card says 32. I forgot to take into account the unrest in the Ohio Valley. So France only collects 31. Prussia collects 23, Russia collects 18, Sweden collects 7, and Turkey would collect 21, except with the Persian front allocation. With the -9, they only collect 12 for this turn. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your patience and sticking with us through this campaign, even though we aren't playing as regularly as all of us would like to. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks we'll be able to get together and start working on the summer 1741 turn, get our builds and moves in, and then maybe even get a battle report in. Also regarding battle reports, the Poland battle and the Scotland battle, we didn't get battle reports for those due to various technical reasons. And then the other two battles started kind of playing around with maybe doing some live streaming for the battle reports. So if you enjoy that style of battle report, let me know. Otherwise, if you would prefer that we do the older, more traditional style of battle reports, let me know that too. But again, thank you very much. We do appreciate you following along and keeping track of our campaign, and hopefully everyone's enjoying it like we are. Talk to you later.